I understand that you have a new story about You Were Meant for Me.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that song. Like, when the song was made up and being on the road at the time of, I guess Jewel she was on the cover of Time magazine, and it was during Lilith Fair and everything. And I got to go, the announcer I was talking about, Jack Buck,
yep.
I got to meet him before he passed away, because when you're as famous as Jewel was at the time, well, you would get all kinds of calls, and their people want you to meet their people. And so Mark McGuire's people sent for Jewel, and we were at the top of the arch in St. Louis, and it was pretty crazy because when you're at the top of the arch, you can feel it moving in the wind. It's kind of scary. So the phone rings, and they say, Mark McGuire wants to meet you. And she goes, who's Mark McGuire? And I'm like, who's Mark McGuire? It's only going for the home run record. So she sends me
Was this in 98? In 1998?
Yeah. It was.
The year that he did it. Oh.
So she sends me down to meet him at the field because he leaves tickets and everything. And so I said, well, I want to meet him, but I really want to meet Jack Buck because I'm really more into announcers than I am the players. And so I got to meet him, but she sent me like I was Robert Duvall and like The Godfather 2, like I was her consigliere. And so I was thinking about those times and the weird things that happen with this song. If you write a song that's big like that and strange stuff happens. So as I lead into this song, I was trying to think of how it starts because that Muzak version kind of screwed me up. And it goes, I hear the clock, it's 6 a.m. It feels so far from where I've been. And I got my eggs, got my pancakes too. Well, I got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks and make a smiley face. And I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off of the mirror, don't leave the keys in a door. And I never put wet towels on the floor anymore. 'Cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. I called my mom, but she was out for a walk. Consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk. Picked up the paper, it was more bad news. More hearts being broken, more people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, but it wasn't the same. It was happy, but I was sad, yeah. It made me miss you oh so bad. Dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Well, go about my business and I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Oh yeah. So KGB listeners out there on the Dave, Shelley, and Chainsaw Show, what happens is after a song gets big, it might lay quiet for a while, but you keep getting checks in the mail. Well, then what happens is if there's a famous television show that uses it, your friends on the East Coast will start calling you because they'll know what's happening. Well, I was at my favorite taco shop in San Diego down by Chicano Park at a place called Las Cuatro Milpas getting some tacos, and I was going back home saving some tacos for dinner, went for a quick evening surf, and my phone started ringing. It was my friends on the East Coast saying, dude, you gotta watch The Office. Now, The Office is a television show that stars Steve Carell, who was a 40-year-old virgin and everything. I say, why should I watch The Office? They say, because there's a couple that's going to get married. Well, this couple gets married on the show The Office, and they hire a band to play, and the band's a cover band, and the band only plays Police cover songs. And since the show takes place in Scranton, Pennsylvania, the name of the band is Scrantonicity. So they're playing all these Police cover songs. Well, the crowd gets tired of hearing all these Police songs, and the couple says, well, this other couple in the audience says, we want to hear You Were Meant for Me. So they tip the band out. Well, Steve Carell gets kicked out of the wedding because he's being really obnoxious. He's sitting outside, and the band starts doing their cover version of You Were Meant for Me. And in my mind, I'm thinking, if the song's on for more than 17 seconds, I'm going to make a lot of money. So I pull out my stopwatch, right? Well, Steve Carell's sitting outside the wedding all despondent in the pose of the thinker, and all of a sudden it gets to part of the song that goes... Well, when we recorded that song for Jewel's record, we recorded it at Neil Young's ranch, and we had the Stray Gators as the band from Harvest, Neil Young's early album, and I got to play guitar with that band. Well, when it came to the part of the song that goes... I was embarrassed to do it because I thought it sounded kind of lame. Well, the producer was Ben Keith, who played with Patsy Cline. He also plays with Neil Young. When he heard it, he goes, what's that? And I said, what? And he goes, the boo-boo-boo-boo part. And I said, oh, that? He goes, I really like it. And I said, you like it? You really like it? So I did it louder. And when you hear the record, you hear me playing on it. So when it gets to the part of the show in the office that goes, boo-boo-boo-boo-boo, Steve Carell, who's sitting outside in the pose of the thinker, goes, boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. And just at that time, I said to myself, I, Steve Poltz, have just influenced television. But that's not all. It was on for 23 seconds. Cha-ching! So then what happens is, I'm laying low, and later on in that week, I get more telephone calls. It's my friends calling me. They're going, dude, you gotta watch American Idol. Now, I don't watch American Idol because I'm always on the road, and a lot of musicians, they don't like the show American Idol because they get bitter because people become stars overnight. They hate the show American Idol. Me, I'm not a hater. If you like American Idol, I say more power to you. Go ahead, watch American Idol. I got no problem with it. It was the Fox television premiere, 22 million viewers. Jewel is the guest host. So they start playing it. In fact, I don't really hate anything. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, except I do hate it when people send me emails and they use the term LOL. I know you're trying to be funny, and I don't need to see it. And that's about all I hate. Wait, there's one other thing I hate. If I'm in Vegas playing blackjack and I'm going to be meeting David Cassidy, and there's a crowded blackjack table and I don't have a seat and somebody gets up and offers me their seat, I will not take it for 5 minutes because it's warm from their butt crack, and I'm afraid that the juices from their butt crack will call up my butt crack. So that's about the only two things I don't like. Wait, I don't like one more thing. I hate malls. I can't stand shopping malls. That's right, I hate them. They give me anxiety attacks. So there's a girl that comes out from the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is the world's largest mall, and she comes out to be the next American Idol. And she auditions, and she does, cha-ching, you were meant for me. She does it a cappella, and she does it kind of poorly, and I've never seen American Idol before. So as she's doing it, it's so bad, Jewel starts laughing. And I'm thinking to myself, don't laugh. And they say, Jewel, what did you think? And she goes, I don't want to say anything. And I think, oh my God, this is a mean television show. I see what it's about. It's about making us forget our problems during the day and our horrid lives that we have so that we can watch somebody else fail miserably on television. It's like watching a car accident. Well, you can't turn away. So they go to the next judge. Randy, what did you think of it? And he goes, your clothes are awful. Well, instantly her eyes start welling up with tears. And I think, maybe this last guy's nice. He's from England, right? His name's Simon. So this is the meanest guy I'd ever seen in my life. He goes, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Good egg, Cobba. I don't know why I'm making him sound Australian now, but I just am. Put another shrimp on the bobby, you Sheila Bogan. So the girl instantly starts crying. They have tear cams. They have cameras to watch the tears coming out. She runs into the arm of her mother as only a daughter can do. All 22 million viewers are watching this girl cry. And just at that moment, I said to myself, man, I wish I never wrote that song. If I could go back in time and become unstuck in time like Billy Pilgrim in the book Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut, I would go back in time travel and I would unwrite that song. But then I realized it was on for 37 seconds, so I said, screw it. Dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Thank you, KGB listeners, on the Dave Shelley and Chainsaw Show. It's been a pleasure.